Good morning from Mexico. I am Jason Gruhl. I am one of the founders of the Joshua School and the ex-executive director of the school as well. I'd like to welcome you back to the 2014-2015 school year. It's an honor to be with you today. I'll be reading off of a teleprompter, which is on my iPad, and so if you see me looking down, I'm just making sure I don't miss anything in my notes. There's no need for concern. For those of you who are joining the Joshua School for the first time, thank you for accepting the invitation. We're very glad that you are there, and we hope that it's as enriching personally for you as it is professionally. And for those of you who are veterans and have been there at the school for a while, thank you for saying yes again. We appreciate that, and I know that that is maybe the more impressive feat. So the work that you do and are about to do this school year, it makes a difference not only for those individuals and the families with whom you work, but also for the world at large. Anytime that you are creating something new and creating something authentically, it spreads out into the world in ways that you can't even imagine, and it expands what is possible for all people. So know that the innovation and the hard work that you do this year has an impact even when you can't see it out in the world. And you'll see a lot of the impact within the community, but it has this incredible impact outward. For that, we can't thank you enough. So thank you for that commitment and for making that difference. I want to talk briefly about one of the TJS philosophies, and that philosophy is be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. I'll repeat that. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. It's a quote by Plato, and some of you have heard me talk about this before, but I invite you to listen to this newly and as if you've never heard it, okay? I believe that this quote is one of the defining features of what sets the Joshua School apart. But it goes deeper than what a lot of people think. I think sometimes it gets translated to be nice. And this isn't about being nice. Again, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. So everyone is doing their best, regardless of what that looks like to you. And if you think it's their best, it is their best. And so giving people the benefit of the doubt. More importantly, what it means is that you relate to each person that you're interacting with like a human being and not as a role. So again, relating to people as human beings first and foremost, not as the role that they are in or the title they have. So let's take that apart a little bit. I've been listening to a lot of Eckhart Tolle, and if you've read any of him, you know that sometimes he can be a little thick, so bear with me on this, okay? If I ask you, what's your connection to the Joshua School? Depending on who you are, you will give me your title. And with each one of those titles, your mind begins to paint a particular role around that. Okay, so if I say I'm a teacher, you start to put some pieces together around who you think that is. If I'm an instructional assistant, you start to say who you think that is in your head. I'm a student, that which might come out as those actual words or a slap or a 10-minute scream across the playground, but I'm a student has a certain flavor to it. I'm a parent. I'm a director. I'm a board member. I'm the office manager. I'm the community member. I'm a potential client. And I'm a school district representative. And once you meet those people, you begin to add your other filters on top of that. So you start thinking who they are, and you wonder what they're going to say, and you think how they're going to behave, and you make judgments about whether they can be trusted, and you think about what you've heard about them, and who reminds you of your Aunt Joan, who's a real, and your old boss who happened to blah, 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 blah. And you get the idea. So all of these filters go on top of all of those ideas you have about roles already. And you may have met these people once or not at all, but you already have a picture of them in your head. Now, do you have a job description? Of course you do. And do you have responsibilities that come with your title and your role? Absolutely. So this isn't to say roles don't exist. Roles absolutely exist. But what we do in our minds about who people are at their core because of those titles and roles needs to be questioned all the time. So what distinguishes the Joshua School from other organizations is its insistence, and its seemingly unnatural and persistent insistence. Because this does feel unnatural. We do it so much, it feels like what everybody does. But what we ask you to do is to treat every member of the organization as a human being first, and not as their role. So you relate to them as people, no matter who they are, and if you screw up sometimes, which you will, you approach the next interaction freshly. You'll need to apologize sometimes, and you'll apologize for being arrogant. You'll apologize for being short-tempered, for being tired. Sometimes we're stupid. Even the smartest people, I'm stupid a lot. For being forgetful, for needing to be right, probably the biggest one in the bunch, or whatever it happens to be. We have an odd idea of what we think it is to be professional, and we think that we're going to be perfect. Right? You thought you would be perfect, or that your goal was to get in there, figure it out, and then be perfect. And that's not going to happen ever, 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 ever. You're going to constantly screw up because hopefully you're trying newer and bigger things. And big people screw up because they're up to big things. If you're not screwing up, you have a small life. You have too small a life. And if you're not screwing up at the Joshua School, you're not trying enough things and you're not being innovative enough. That's my counsel to you. If you're not willing to admit that and to be bold enough to make those mistakes and to really get to the bottom of who you are, then it might not be the place for you, and that's okay. But that's what the Joshua School needs to be. Everybody is making these mistakes, and I'm sure I've made 10 already this morning. You're not alone. And it's also not personal. It's everybody fighting their battle the best that they can. So being authentic is the greatest gift that the Joshua School can give to its students, its parents, the community, and to you. To really let people be who they are, exactly as they are, warts and all, as they say. Not their personality or their role or their persona, but to love them and value them because of who they are. I'm almost done here, I promise. But authenticity means being open. It means listening more than you speak. It means giving up your need to be right so that people get what they need and feel heard. So giving up your need to be right over and over again. Holding the best interests of your community, whether those be your team, parents, students, or each other, in your heart as if they were your own. You are not here to do ABA. You are not here to deliver a curriculum. Those are tools that you use, so never forget that. You are here to do whatever it takes for each unique mind, body, and spirit to help him or her attain the highest quality of life possible. That is your mission. That's your only mission. To make life easy and beautiful and accessible to anyone that walks through that door. And it's messy, oh so messy, and it's unpredictable, it's stressful, but it's also joyful and miraculous and the greatest calling on the planet. To have people be known and to be understood by others, but more importantly by themselves. To really get who we are as people is the greatest gift. So how do you know when you're being truly authentic? Kindness and dignity become your natural state. You will find that it's very easy to just be kind and to give everyone the dignity that they deserve. And a feeling of unity between you and other people will be present. It will be very simple and natural. That's how you know you're being authentic. So I could talk to you for hours and I won't, but what I want you to take for this school year is this. Leave every person you interact with, every single one of them, higher than when you began the interaction. Ask yourself these two questions. I'll repeat that. Leave every person you interact with higher than when you began the interaction. What is there for me to learn in this situation right now? And what ridiculous pattern, standard, childhood coping skill, or prejudice can I give up right now and forever to give me and those around me some more peace? Start this right now, this second, because this is it. This is your life. And this is the only life you or your students get on this planet. Practice kindness, relating to each other as human beings, and authenticity right now. I mean it. Like right now, like hug each other or do something. We hope that this year is as enriching again for you personally as it is professionally. The Joshua School is an incredible opportunity to get to know yourself and to get to know what it means to be a human being for everyone. Because of you, children and families with autism spectrum disorders and developmental disabilities get to feel whole and included in this world. You are the ones. You are always the ones. If you don't create a place where everyone is valued, no one will. You have everything you need. Now go have some fun. Thanks again. Have a wonderful school year, and thanks for letting me be with you this morning. Bye-bye.